Right, thank you, Mr. McKay and Mr. Kodwa. Charges withdrawn. You may stand down.
Thank you, May we be excused, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Smallsmith. Thank you, Mr. Majabu.
Here from Eyewitness News. What does this say about the NPA? I mean, you have been trying to prove a point to deal with corruption, be it state capture-related corruption or just point-blank corruption. What does this say about your failure to prosecute these politicians that are accused of serious crimes?
Prosecutorial decisions are based on facts, and we don't look at the individuals that are implicated in the matters, but we are rather informed by the facts contained in the docket, as well as all other evidential material that we have at our disposal as the NPA. And yes, as the NPA, we have an obligation, as per the Constitution, to ensure that we prosecute when there are allegations with prospects of a successful prosecution, allegations that we are in a position to prove in court. Then as the NPA, we will not hesitate to bring such people before court and ensure that they face accountability. However, as much as we also have a role to play in changing society and also in ensuring that society has faith in the work of the criminal justice system. But however, all our decisions are not necessarily meant to fulfill the wishes of the public, but rather fulfill what the interest of justice dictates.
I do welcome this, the decision of the DPP. Of course, I welcome it with mixed feelings, as you know what happened in the past 3 months. I have no doubt that the DPP, to arrive at this decision, he applied his mind on facts before him, not on the basis of what sometimes we hear in a trial of public court of opinion. When we heard about this, the same day we appeared, we took a decision as a minister to resign. It was not an easy decision, because there's no law that requires that if you are charged as a serving minister, you must resign. But I thought it would be inappropriate of a serving minister to have all these charges. Let me ask the president to release me and consider, and just to have time to deal with this matter. I subsequently and simultaneously, in line with the resolutions of the 55th Conference of the ANC, step aside from all activities of the African National Congress. And all this happened without any structures. I do both of these decisions voluntarily, and that was quite important. But also important was that we needed to uphold the principle of the rule of law, that we are equal before the law. Whether we are a minister, whether the crime it is alleged was committed in 2015, we're now in 2020, we were not a minister at that time. I was not in government, I could not influence anything at that time. I was just a mere spokesperson. In spite of all those reservations and observations, it was important that I affirm the principle that we are equal before the law, and I gave my full cooperation to law enforcement in this country, the Hawks, the NPA, and I'm sure in our first application when we appeared here, when we were doing a bill application, and my representative, Mr. Majavu, read it quite very clear how much we went a great extent to cooperate with the law enforcement. It's very important. We must say that as a leadership, so that there's no impression that there's preferential treatment of anybody. I was saying to somebody, coming here on the first day, I was put inside the Ox van, not because of my minister. I understood it, that anybody must go through that. And it's important to reaffirm those principles of equality, but nobody is above the law.